Greetings, friends. Welcome to some rainy Seattle weather, and it's time for the drive home. So, today's topic, VR, virtual reality, and the type of VR units that we have nowadays. Now, a couple of things before we get started that I want to apologize for, is it is in fact raining, and as such, that might be creating a lot of noise. I'm not sure how the mic's picking that up. Plus, I have to have my defroster on, so that's going to be creating noise too. So, hopefully you can hear me okay, and hopefully it's not too much of a problem. So, virtual reality. Well, we got a lot of stuff coming out. We got like the Oculus Rift and the PlayStation VR and whatever the other one is. Oh, the Vive, the HTC Vive. That's right. I remember these things. So we got a lot of stuff coming out, and should probably discuss what we think about that and how that's going to contribute to gaming. From what I've seen, I have not been able to experience it yet. I obviously cannot afford one because, damn, those things are expensive. And I just never got around to it when I went to PAX and things of that nature, so I haven't got to play around with it yet. But from what I've seen from like little Let's Plays and stuff like that, is the VR gaming market right now is a lot like mobile gaming, in that it's got kitschy little things to play, but there's nothing solid yet. There's no real good, solid reasons to pick one up. And also from what I've seen, you know, of course this makes sense, but it's very enclosed. A lot of it is just still like couch or small room play, which is fine. I mean, it's not like you're going to use VR to roam around your entire house, but it hasn't lent to me any sort of experience that would benefit from VR. Like, the whole reason you would get VR was so you could play this game or anything along those lines. I've seen some that look fun, some that would certainly be interesting to play. Job Simulator looked ridiculous, and could be a lot of fun. There was a like Galactic Simulator where you could throw planets around, and just thinking about the scale and vastness of that would be a lot of fun. Hover Junkies seems to be a really good concept in that you've got a nice multiplayer system right there. But no system killers, I guess, as the case would be. There's nothing really solid that tells me I need to get a VR system. And I know that there's a lot of games out there that will support the VR, games that I can play on my computer that I could also play on the VR, but it doesn't really seem to lend itself to demanding my attention. I think probably one of the things that will help is when we get, wow, is it coming down? Is when we get more of a movement system to it. So you can walk around 360 degrees, like the Infinity treadmills that go whatever direction you want to go. I've seen people set up with those playing Skyrim, and I think that would probably do the trick. I think it would be really nice to have a vast open world like Skyrim, where you could literally walk the length of it using the VR system. On top of that, it'd be really good exercise. I know I have a hard time, clearly I have a hard time with exercise, but it would be a really good way to get exercise in because you're giving yourself a goal of sorts. Ironically, the virtual reality would give you a more tangible goal. Because you'd be, well, I have to walk from Whiterun to, it's been so long since I played, I've forgotten most of the names of the towns. But basically, from one place to another, and adventure along the way. And so you're swinging your sword and you're shooting your arrows and casting your magics while walking and running and all this other stuff. But you're still safely confined within that 360-degree movement pod. But that whole combination of units is just way outside the normal consumer market. I mean, the VR headsets right now are about $600-700, and that's a crazy amount of money, especially with our economy. I mean, there's no way in hell I could afford one of those. I just absolutely never have that much extra money laying around. It's crazy. So there is that. And then, like I said, adding the infinite treadmill. I don't even know how much those things are, but I'd wager they were at minimum $1,200, if not more. So you'd be looking at, plus you need a computer to run the whole thing. So you're looking for a basic VR setup at least $3,000. So, I mean, I guess if you can go without a car, whatever sort of car money you would have had, maybe we're entering the point where we actually have to take out loans for video games. How crazy is that? I'd rather not think about that. I like having my low budget gaming software, but I don't see any reason to even consider it at this point. I mean, again, certainly there are fun things out there and things that I'd like to experience and play with. They also have 3D entertainment of sorts, where they've got movies and shorts and documentaries, and of course porn, because what technology would be complete without porn? It's what sells. I mean, that's why VHS beat Betamax, if you know that story. It's because the home recording of pornography was a lot easier to do on VHS, even though Betamax was superior in picture quality and reliability and everything else. But you couldn't make porn on it. It was just easier to do it in VHS. So VHS won the day, won the market. So there we go. That's what truly drives the market. And so we've got virtual reality porn to look forward to, and all the peripherals to go with it. Oh, sad, lonely people. But yeah, so I'd like to experience the newer VR. The last VR I played with was a 30-pound headset on a little the weird control scheme at a arcade that I was at, like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that. It was crazy. But that was the last time I experienced VR, and it wasn't very interesting then either. So I'm really hoping that it'll move on. We'll get something big, something that really draws. And as it gets more popular, it'll get cheaper, so those of us who don't make $1 million can play around with it. Anyways, that's it. Have fun in the virtual world, and I'll see you at home.